fish market street fight. I don't know what that is, but it's going to be exciting when you consider those four involved.
Oh, we're going to just turn them loose. How about this one? The Stand By Your Man strap match. It's Robert Roode with Peyton Banks against, yes, Booker T with Tracy Brooks in his corner.
Folks, it's the most dangerous match in TNA, without a doubt. It's one of those matches that is so intimidating. It's Elevation X. James Storm with Jacqueline against Rhino. I mean, 20 feet above the ring.
We've already had our X Division title match, but the knockouts are still to come tonight at Destination X. Awesome Kong to put the gold on the line. Three-way matchup, yes, two challengers. ODB and Gail Kim, but then there's our main event.
Well, it is. It's the six-man tag, and it is the unlikely alliance of Christian Cage, Kevin Nash, and Samoa Joe as they take on the Angle Alliance. Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, and Tomko.
And of course, the controversy is brewing about the decision made by referee Earl Hebner this past Thursday on Impact. You know, we've heard from the Angle Alliance. We know what they are talking about when it comes to this controversy. I'd love to hear what the opposition has to say. Let's send it to Crystal with Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, and Kevin Nash.
With only moments to go on the fan poll at TNAWrestling.com, how do you think the fans are going to vote? And do you think it's going to have any influence on Cornette's decision to get the advantage regarding tonight's main event?
I mean, I'll tell you the truth, you never know what Jim Cornette is thinking. I mean, I should know that dealing with my contract and all. But aside from that, if there's one thing that's dependable about you, Jimmy, it's that you're undependable. So that decision doesn't matter tonight. Tonight, we get the job done. Tonight, me and my boys knock your boys out. And Angle, rest assured, at Lockdown, I will get you in the cage, and it will be one-on-one. But first things first, tonight, me and my boys stand united. And gentlemen, divided, you will fall.
Okay, well, say the decision is overturned, then who's going to be sitting out for the first 5 minutes?
First of all, in my mind, there's no question. Who won that cage match on Impact against myself and Kurt Angle? Referee Earl Hebner raised my hand. And where I come from, that's a victory. As far as Jim Cornette goes, in my opinion, he's made some questionable calls. He's made some questionable calls in the past. So, Jimmy, you want to overturn the call? You want to overrule it? Go ahead. Fine. At this point, I don't really care. Because after what AJ and Tomko did to me, I'm in this match. Regardless of the decision from start to finish.
At least me, right? And I guess probably you assumed that, like everyone else, Nash is going to take the easy way out. With my history, I'm going to sit down the first 5 minutes. Not going to happen. No, not tonight. Too much on the line. With a victory, we take care of two things. My boy Christian's had enough of it. We get Tomko and AJ off his back. But most importantly for me, at Lockdown, it's Joe and Angle for the belt in a cage. I made Joe a promise. I'm going to keep that promise. You know what? I might start this damn thing tonight. I guarantee you, they're not expecting that.
Eric Young, I'm going to drill a hole in your skull and suck out your brains with a straw, and stick my claw through your chest and rip out your heartbeat. Finally, I poke both your eyes out of your skull and stick them in a martini and drink it after my victory.
I gotta wrestle a real-life monster, Rellik. That's killer backwards. I'm real uneasy, and I am petrified of monsters.
Eric is scared to death when it comes to monsters. This could be an uphill battle for EY.
He's a real-life monster named Rellik. That's killer backwards. You can't go out there. He's gonna do stuff to you. Like he's a monster. He's gonna eat your heart. He's gonna eat your brains. He's a guy. He's a wrestler. He's a man.
And here comes Rellik. Oh, just turned him inside out.
Eric Young headed to the ring for the save. Look how quickly he put on the brakes.
Well, look at his eyes. You can just see the fear. He's so hesitant.
No question that Eric Young is intimidated by both Rellik and Black Rain.
Bring it.
Hey, yeah, you're okay. Last week I got kicked. This next week I'll come back, I'll kick someone. That's what I do. That's what I get paid to do. I'm a wrestler. I get paid to wrestle, I get paid to fight, I get paid to entertain. Just like these guys.
Oh, watch out.
These guys are actors. Dracula, you've heard of him?
Oh, he's the worst.
No, yeah, he's an actor. Booger Beast, Frankenstein's monster, look at that hair. They're all fake. All of them. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Hillary Clegg. They're all made-up monsters. Rellik and Black Rain, they're just alter egos. They're just wrestlers like you and I. All have alter egos. Somewhere in there, there's an alter ego in you waiting to come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Destination X continues with the following tag team contest. Scheduled for one fall, introducing team number one first. From the deepest, darkest corner of his mind, he is Black Reed.
I thought it was interesting that Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, Kevin Nash, they're prepared for this situation, Don. Whatever the decision is, it will be made by TNA management and Jim Cornette. That's upcoming. Kevin Nash, Christian Cage, they're not going to sit out that first 5 minutes. Here it is, alter ego, split personality of Dustin Rhodes. It's Black Rain.
And his tag team partner from Salem, Rellik.
When Rellik arrived on the scene here in TNA, Dustin Rhodes, Black Rain, referred to him as that nightmare. That individual that really is going on in the mind of Dustin Rhodes, of Black Rain, and boy, they make quite an imposing tag team, especially when it comes to somebody like Eric Young, who's just scared to death of these two individuals.
Well, you heard Rellik tell Eric Young what he's going to do to him, and the way he was so graphic about it, we know with Eric Young and his temperament, it's just too much for him to handle.
Here's your opponents first, from Anaheim, California, Kaz.
I really like this tag team. You got an individual like Kaz who's proven so much here in TNA in the X Division, who's taking someone like Eric Young and trying to give him advice. I think also trying to just ground him mentally and get him totally focused on the situation at hand. Get over that scare, that fear that he has of the monsters, and get set for action here against Rellik and Black Rain.
And his tag team partner, residing in an undisclosed location, Showtime, Eric Young.
You know, you mentioned it. Kaz, oh, wow. He's so focused on the monsters, he wasn't even thinking about the pyro. And that one about gave him a heart attack. Literally. Wow, it almost gave me one. But I gotta tell you, Kaz has been good. He's right now telling him to calm down. Calm down, focus. It's just a human being behind those masks, behind the face paint. Eric Young has got to listen to Kaz. Kaz, very strong mentally, Mike. We know that. And like you said, it's a great tag team because of the athletic ability of Kaz. But I still believe that Kaz is going to have to toe a lot of this match tonight just because of the fear that Eric Young has.
I know you've been looking and watching at Kaz, the communication that he has. You can see it in the body language. How you're right. Kaz he's just trying to get inside the mind of EY, trying to get in Eric's head and tell him that you can overcome this fear.
Well, he has to overcome this fear. He can't go through life afraid of everything that moves. And right away, you can see Eric Young not ready. I think Kaz wanted him to start. Kaz wanted Eric Young to start off to kind of get the juices flowing and maybe get over that. But Eric Young, he is going to be depending on Kaz, and I'll be anxious to see how Eric Young gets himself involved in this match. But Kaz right now can't be worried about Eric. He's got to focus on Rellik right now in the ring.
No question about that, but at the same time, if you're Kaz in the back of your mind, you have to be wondering if your partner's going to be there for you at certain times during this match. And I've got a close-up look right here at Eric Young standing right above the broadcast position, and you can still see the fear on his face. Slingshot move in. Kaz side roll for almost a 2 count on Rellik. That's killer spell backwards, by the way.
Yes, I've heard that. I'm telling you though, Kaz, showing confidence there. I think he was sending a message to Eric Young that as ferocious as Rellik can be, he wasn't afraid. Just make him do his thing. But now Rellik kicking at the legs, but Kaz, almost like he expected him. Look at him use that leg and pull him down.
Exactly. Dragon screw leg whip, and then the follow move is a deep arm drag by Kaz, and now he's got Rellik exactly where he wants him. And you notice he immediately looked over, made eye contact with his tag team partner, Showtime Eric Young.
Well, Eric Young has got to see that watch Kaz hold his own against him, so he realizes that, hey, he can do the same thing. Let's face it, Eric Young, no matter what he's got going on, he's an incredible wrestler. Nice drop kick by Kaz. Kaz, taking control right now.
slide through the legs of Black Ray. Gets right up to his feet and rocks Dustin with that right hand.
Look at
You're
that.
right, he is overcoming those fears.
Well, you can see the confidence, and that's how you do it. Kick him right in the nads. I'll stop a monster every time.
Sure will. Explosive move by Eric Young coming off the ropes. Doesn't go for the pin. Now he finally does. A little premature celebration on the part of Eric Young. Cass had to tell him to get on the pin, and then, oh, did you see that? The second that Black Ray was able to get up and start towards him, Eric just bailed right out.
Well, I'm going to give Eric Young some credit.
And you got to give it props.
But I'll tell you what, Kaz, I mean, he just amazes me with the skill level that he has. I mean, he makes everything look effortless, doesn't he, Mike? He just really is a natural. And look at him, here he goes. Oh, but Rellik comes in.
Yeah, here comes
Look
Rellik
at that.
charging right at him.
He's got a move. Two. Almost a double
At
pin.
that same time with the double pin. On that side suplex while he was going with that pin attempt on Black Ray. There he goes, straight extension of the leg. Able to drop his leg drop on Black Ray. Motioning for Eric Young. And Eric looks a little reluctant here. Come on, Eric. You gotta suck it up.
Well, he won the tag, so referee Andrew Thomas keeps him from coming in. When that happens, Rellik hits Kaz from behind.
I saw that.
And that's not what he needed. He didn't need that momentum change. And now it's 2-on-1 because Showtime Eric Young has got that fear back on his face.
What a move there by Rellik, able to get that big boot up right into the face of Kaz, and then from the mount position, a couple of shots with those right hands, and well, that one was just brutal on the side of the head, and now it appears to be like, yes, Rellik is fighting the head, the forehead of Kaz.
Or he's doing a Tyson to Housfield there. He's fighting on the ear or something. He just, you know, we've heard him talk about the grotesque things that he would do to Eric Young. Well, obviously, he's got Kaz in mind now, but Kaz has got to. Now, here's the situation you talk about, Mike. Kaz has got to have confidence in Eric Young. If he gets loose, he's going to need to make a quick tag. And he's got to be able to feel like he can get over to Eric and make it. And wow, Rellik, what a show of strength.
You're not kidding. Wow. Wow, that's right. What a powerful release suplex follow pin attempt by Rellik on Kaz, but still some life there left in Kaz. Able to power out before that 3 count. There goes Kaz directly into the corner turnbuckles, and now Black Rain is legal. Here it is, another double team move. Kaz shot off. Elbows from both Black Rain and Rellik. First the boot for Rellik, and then that spinning neck breaker.
1, 2. They just turned him into a ping pong ball there, just one after the other, taking their shots. And now look at how methodical that Rellik and Black Rain are. I mean, they know right now that it's 2-on-1. They know that Eric Young is scared to death, and they're taking advantage of it. Once they got Kaz with the numbers game, they've been able to play it on, and you can see Eric holding the hand out, but he's kind of doing it half-heartedly in my mind.
Variation of the Cobra submission hold applied by Rellik on Kaz. All of a sudden, it looks like Eric Young wants to get into the battle. You see him on the apron. You see him extending his arm into the ring, trying to get the tag in to Kaz. Oh, wow.
Oh, he landed on his feet.
What a landing.
What a unbelievable, that's what I'm talking about. You think he's done. You think it's over, and just has an ability to land it again. Look at it. Black Rain comes after Eric, and he just backs away. He can't get over the fears, Mike.
I mean, that was really the key. I don't know if we caught him in our camera, but it was Black Rain coming around outside the ring. And as soon as Eric made eye contact with him, he immediately went back up the ramp. Kaz off the ropes, Rellik prepared it. There's a spinebuster for you.
Boy, Rellik hit it with authority, and that's what happened. Kaz needed Eric Young on the ring apron. He needed him to come in and spell him. When he wasn't there, he was halfway up the ramp in fear. And Kaz, I think, realizes now he's on his own.
And you can see that close-up look that we got of Eric Young. You can see how troubled he is. Doesn't want to leave his tag team partner on an island here against 2 men. But at the same time, one of those fears comes back in, and he's got to overcome them. Digging down deep. Crowd here in Norfolk, they're certainly behind him. They've been so supportive from the moment that he came out tonight at Destination X. And now, he's fighting those fears once again, extending the arm and waiting for the tag.
Well, he needs to let this crowd give him that confidence. And he's back on the ring apron. Good sign. Kaz sees it, sees the handout. He's got to wonder, though, can I trust him? Here he goes. Makes the tag, and Eric Young coming back in. All right, come on, Eric Young. Get yourself charged up and get in there.
There he is, adrenaline rush coming.
Oh.
Slingshots in. Did you see that? It was that motion. As soon as Rellik was able to get right up and made eye contact with him, and then Black Rain comes in, and Eric takes off again.
Unbelievable as he's left Kaz. Just left him high and dry. Rellik using that strength brings him in, and you
Mr. Rellik,
Look at that combination double. I mean, he hit them both at the same time. You know what he did? He realized he was getting no help, so he just reached down and went, if I'm on my own, I'll do it on my own. And Kaz is that kind, but the problem is that numbers game will always catch up to you, Mike.
Yeah, sooner or later, this 2-on-1 situation just can't work for Kaz. He's got both Rellik, he's got Black Rain down, he comes over the corner, but no Eric Young. Yes, Eric?
What? What in the world? What in the world? Eric Young! I mean, look at him! He's got a superhero quality to him, Mike!
What? This is Eric Young?
Look at him! He's ready! He reached down and he found that alter ego that everybody told him he just had to become somebody else, somebody super!
Remember what the fans in Orlando call him? Remember what the crowd at the Impact Zone calls him?
Super Eric! Super Eric! Hands into this! Oh man, but how about this? What a shock it's got to be to Rellik and Black Rain. I don't know what they were expecting, but it wasn't Super Eric coming out of the tunnel. But right now, that numbers game again, where they're able to work it on him, but you got to give him credit. It gave him the confidence, and he's able to duck and able to cause it. Oh, what a shot to the head.
Rellik clotheslined his own partner, Black Rain, but then is able to come back and answer with a big knee, and Super Eric went right down. Now he's right in between the two of them. There goes Black Rain, right into Rellik. Black Rain up on the shoulders of Super Eric.
Oh, he's got a both! You gotta be kidding! What a show of super strength! As he's got both of them! Look at it! Can he do it? Yes! He sends them both over on their backs! 1, 2, got it!
Here are your winners, Kaz and Eric Young.
That was amazing. Double Death Valley driver with both men up on his shoulders.
And 2 big men at that! Unbelievable show of super strength!
I was having flashbacks of Dwight Howard and the NBA Slam Dunk Contest with that Superman cape on. Look at that. Yeah, Super Eric did it.
Super Eric gets the pin, and unbelievable, he just had to find that alter ego. Kaz was telling him about it, and you know what he had to do? He just had to put that mask on and that cape on and be that other person.
Alter Ego finally comes out. Super